Welcome in, everybody, to Betting Pros. It's time to place your bets. It is me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and this is BP NFL. It's time to look ahead to the best bets for Week 8, and to help us do it, of course, is our good pals Terrell Furman Jr. and the Undertaker himself, Andrew Erickson. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000 this year, and we can do it with your help. Plus, we want you to download the Betting Pros app. Bet smarter, not harder. Use the tools. Don't be a tool, please. We're trying to help you out there. So if you are new to wagering, or if you're somebody who's just trying it for the first time, and you want some little extra help, or you're somebody that's been doing it for years and years and years, and you want to try something different, the Betting Pros app is here for you. So let's get after it. Week 8, everybody. It's going to be a very exciting one. We got everybody on a bye. Just to recap last week, Terrell 2-3, but still over 500 by 5 games on the season. Erickson 3-2, getting closer to that 500 mark there. So we are rocking and rolling. Terrell, we're going to start out with the Texans here in this game against San Francisco. We've all got some different feelings about this one, and who knows what the upset special might be. Spoiler alert. Let's talk about this one, Terrell, from your point of view. Texans, 49ers, what side are you on?
Yeah, I'm all over the Texans in this spot. Give me the Texans, lay the 1.5 points. And it's on the back of that insanely good defense that is just going out there and dominating games right now. We all saw them on Monday night, and I think that's a little of the pessimism towards the Texans right now. You're in a primetime spot. Everybody's watching your offense look absolutely atrocious, but that defense won the turnover battle by 3. They had 4 turnovers in the game. Like, I truly don't believe that Mac Jones is going to have anything ready for this defense. 2 games of Mac Jones looking horrible, by the way. He may have gotten a win against the Falcons, but this is now 2 games of Mac Jones not looking good, going up against the number 1 scoring defense, 14.7 points per game, 4th best third down defense. And I think that's important because Mac Jones gains more confidence as he continues to drive, as they go methodically down the field. And I don't think that they're going to be able to get him into a rhythm. He's not going to look good. And CJ Stroud's going to be able to do enough at home, where they haven't played a lot of home games this season. What is this, week 8 of the season? They've only played 2 home games up to this spot. So I like them to get up in this spot at home on the offensive side of the ball. Defense carries them all the way. Texans win. Going away. I'd take it, lay 1.5.
All right, Erickson, you got some feelings about this game, but it has to do with the total, which is 42.5. So dare I ask, Undertaker, which way you're going?
Well, I was thinking about actually putting the 49ers here, but I got a little bit of cold feet with that because I was looking at the record with Kyle Shanahan, and when he's faced number 1 defenses in terms of scoring, he is 1-4 straight up as a head coach or offensive coordinator. So that concerns me about picking a side. So instead, I'm just going to bet against both offenses scoring points in this game because Furman laid out the case of why the Texans defense is so elite. 49ers defense is not great, but I still think this Texans offense has major problems. They cannot block for a run or pass. Nico Collins probably isn't going to play. Like, he is their one explosive guy they have on offense, and he's probably not going to play with a concussion that was on a short week. So I'm just going to take the game total going under at 42.5 points is the best number I was able to find. You look at the Texans when they play at home, 10 of the 11 Texans' last home games have gone under the projected total. So in this year, it's 2-0 towards the under, averaging a meager 32.5 points per game in Texans home games this season. So I think that this game is going to end up being tight. I think it's going to kind of go down to the 4th quarter. So Furman, get ready to bite those nails because I think it's going to be a tight one. As for me, I'm going to be kicking back with the under, cashing easily with no points scored in a 17-13 game. Don't know who wins, but the under's going to cash.
All right, next up here on the program, we're going to talk about the Patriots and the Browns. And Terrell Furman Jr., you've made some money already this year betting against the offense of the Cleveland Browns. So are we going to do it again in week 8?
Yes, absolutely. Give me the Browns, team total under 16.5 points here. Dylan Gabriel on the road. This Browns offense overall 2-4-1 on the season to their team total, and the Patriots are holding opponents 1-6 to their team total this season. I don't trust this team on the road. The only way that they move the ball in any sort of way at all is off the back of Quinshon Judkins, and now Judkins is going up against the 4th best run DVOA defense, so it's not going to be a tough shedding for him at all. And please just put the ball in Gabriel's hand again. As long as they're not throwing Shador out there, I feel good fading the Browns every single week, honestly. Like, until you decide that you're going to put Shador out there on the field, your offense is a complete fade. They might be a fade with Shador too, but I know for a fact they're a fade without him. So give me the Browns. Team total under 16.5 here. I don't think they put up points on this New England defense, which is first game at home in a while too.
Yeah, they haven't been great at home, Erickson, this year, but they've certainly been road warriors, and they're certainly building momentum over these last few games here, coming off a huge win against the Tennessee Titans, where they pounded them into oblivion. Big win against Buffalo a few weeks ago. So they're just kind of stacking W's right now. Can they stack another W and cover the 7?
I think that they can. Furman laid out a great point about how great the Patriots defense matches up against this Cleveland Browns offense. So why aren't you just laying the points with the Pats, Furman? I think that this one is a layup here. We want to bet against rookie quarterbacks playing on the road. The one exception that I've now learned is except when they play in Denver, because those rookie quarterbacks are 2-0 against the spread. So I don't know if the Browns are playing at Denver later in the year, but we're going to be we're going to be backing the Browns in that particular spot. I just think the Patriots are playing. They're one of these hottest teams right now. Drake May leads the NFL in passer rating. Dylan Gabriel, when he's played on the road this season, is 0-2 against the spread, away from Cleveland because he had that one game in London. They didn't cover. They obviously didn't cover in their one road game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I like betting against Dylan Gabriel. Jerry Jeudy is their number one wide receiver. He's on the injury report this week. All they can do is run the football with Judkins, and I think the Patriots defense can stop the run, make them more one-dimensional, force Gabriel into turnover types of situations. So I just like backing Drake May. I know it seems like a big spread, but Patriots have covered some of these larger spreads on the road this season. They're back at home. I think that the Gillette Stadium finally has something to cheer for. And as a side note, my wife gets to go to a Patriots game every single year, and every time she goes, they usually kill the opponent. So it's probably going to be a blowout. So I like the Patriots.
Is she going?
Why
She's
is
going
she not
one?
going every week? I don't understand. You get her a road pass too. Just send her on the road. A couple weeks out of the year.
I mean, have you? My record is barely 500. We can't afford to send her every single game.
Well, maybe if you started sending her and just bet on them every time, we'd be all right. I don't know. All right, let's get to the next game on our list here. The Buffalo Bills coming off of their bye week. They're taking on the Carolina Panthers, who most likely, as of recording this, are going to be starting Andy Dalton at quarterback. That's what we're thinking about here. So the Bills, a couple losses there. They're now 4-2. The Carolina Panthers, a surprising 4-3. Terrell, what's your approach to this contest?
Yeah, I really wanted to come up here and take the Panthers. I really did. But every time I went to put the Panthers spread in our document, I just thought, man, this goes wrong every single time. So I decided to pivot a little bit. I took the team total. Give me the Panthers to go over their team total of 19.5 here. They can put up 20 points on this Bills defense that honestly really is not actually that good. They're 26 in overall DVOA. They are dead last in DVOA to running to the rush defense. They're the dead last rush defense DVOA. Period. You can run the ball all over this Bills team. We've seen it all season. And now they're going on the road to play a Panthers team that gets up at home. And what do they love doing? They love to run the football. They're running the football behind Shuaba. They're running the football behind Rico Dowdle. It's so much so that they're deciding which one is their starting running back because they love them both so much. So I think it's going to be endless runs that now the linebackers and the defensive backs for this Buffalo Bills team are going to figure out how to tackle these guys when they get them in space. And I just don't think they have that ready to go. So Andy Dalton is serviceable enough. You always get that one game where you kind of have the backup come in and the offense looks pretty solid and then they fall off the cliff the next game. I think Andy Dalton can come out here and behind a good run game be able to move the football enough to put up some points. Now, maybe the Bills go out there and have a Josh Allen experience and they put up some 30-something points and they end up beating and covering the Panthers. But I think the Panthers, who have scored 30, 27, and 30 in all three of their home games this season, can get 20. So I will take the Panthers team total over 19.5.
All right, Andrew, Terrell's looking at the team total here, but you're looking at the overall total, 45.5. Are we going over this based on what Terrell laid out?
Yes, we are going over the game total, 45.5 points. When you look at the Carolina Panthers, they play significantly better at home, like Furman talked about. 9 of the Panthers' last 10 games at home have gone over the total projected. So I feel good about both teams scoring. I think the Panthers can run the ball effectively against a really bad Bills run defense. Rico Dowdle is the engine to this Panthers running attack, so I feel good about them being able to move the football. The Red Rifle, under center, Andy Dalton. He is 1-5 straight up and against the spread as a member of the Carolina Panthers in 6 starts over the last 2 seasons. So that's why we're staying away from the spread, because it's way too scary when it comes to these Panthers. But what he is positive, though, 5-1 towards the over in his 6 starts for the Panthers in the last 2 seasons. So I like the game total going over here. I think the Bills right the ship a little bit here coming out of their bye week. The Carolina Panthers are a sneaky good run defense. So I think that just means more dropbacks for Josh Allen. And when Josh Allen is dropping back to throw 40, 45 times a game, I don't care who he's throwing to. That means that 30 points is well within reach against any defense in the NFL. So, I mean, Joe, it was just a couple weeks ago, we were betting Bills minus 110 to score 30 points basically every single week. I don't think that just 2 weeks of kind of subpar offensive performances have made me forget about how explosive this Bills offense can be with Josh Allen. So give me the over at 45.5 points.
It'll be interesting to see if they try to get Keon Coleman more targets or do something different here. I know Palmer's hurt. I mean, they still need to trade for a wide receiver. They're exactly where they were last year. And last year they traded for a wide receiver. It was Cooper and it didn't work. And they just need more help. Josh Allen needs more help. That's it, folks. They didn't get it from the draft. They didn't get it in the offseason. It's they got to compete here. You got to go chase those Patriots at the top of that division now. All right, if there's one thing I know the guys love, it's Mike Tomlin as an underdog, and you're getting it this week. Mike Tomlin as an underdog at home, no doubt, against the Green Bay Packers. So Green Bay Packers defense, obviously Micah Parsons is going to get after the quarterback, and I think that is a scary notion here for Aaron Rodgers, who's not exactly the most mobile in his age 40-ish season now. So Terrell, let's talk about this. I know it's your favorite topic, so I'm just going to turn you loose on everybody about Mike Tomlin against the spread at home as an underdog.
Well, I mean, I feel like I normally do that. So I thought I'd switch things up a little bit.
Okay.
Because everybody already knows how good Mike Tomlin is as a dog and all of that. Like, I don't have to get into all of that again. But let's talk about in the Mike Tomlin era after a loss. After a loss, Mike Tomlin is 65-42 straight up. That is 60%. 59-47 and 1 ATS, 56%. After the loss and a dog, he's 21-15 and 1 ATS, 58%. After a loss and as a home dog, Mike Tomlin is 8-3 straight up, 9-3, 1 ATS, 75% against the spread. This is the spot. Coming off of the Joe Flacco game, they've been talking about the defense all week and all the things that they did wrong and how they let Jamar Chase just walk them down the field every single time. Talked about Ramsey and what he said on the Pivot podcast. Darius Slay is washed, all of that. Like, it's all fuel. It's all fuel. At the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh playing the Green Bay Packers, and Mike Tomlin is a dog. He's going to get them up for this spot so much. I do think Micah Parsons is a problem. However, the Steelers love to run so many tight ends. They are going to chip Micah Parsons. They are going to get him off of his path. It's not going to be as easy. And they constantly, behind this offensive line, found ways to get Aaron Rodgers a clean pocket. And when Aaron Rodgers has a clean pocket, he's not the dumbest person in the world. So I love the Steelers +3. Sprinkle on the money line. This is a smash play for the Steelers.
It's a huge game too, Andrew, because now with Lamar Jackson's imminent return here for the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens are looking and say, hey, can we make a run at these things? And they've got 2 more games against the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up later. So let's talk about this here, and let's talk about not only the importance of this game, but also the Green Bay Packers offense too, which is, a little lackluster at times. It's also their second straight road game. They had to travel all the way to Arizona. They had flight problems last week, which I made money on, which was great. I loved that. But now this week they're going on the road again, this time to Pittsburgh. So you're here along with Terrell. Is same reasons, different reasons?
Mostly some of the same reasons. I know that Furman was going to come to the table with all the trend numbers that I love to hear when it comes to Mike Tomlin as a home underdog after a loss. A couple things I'll add to that. So Steelers with rest advantage because they play on Thursday night since 2022, second best, 11-4 against the spread with rest advantage. So I like that for the Steelers. And look, I'm just trying to get back up to 500, folks. I need to hit on some of these layups here. So when I see Steelers +3 in the sheet, I'm just, all right, I'm just going to copy this one because I need to get my numbers up for my season-long record. So I'm tailing Furman on the Steelers pick as home underdog since 2023, 6-3 against the spread, 10-4-1 since 2021. And then on the Packers side of things, this is not a good spot for them. Last week, we obviously saw the Cardinals cover despite the Packers being road favorites. last 5 road games for the Packers, they are 0-5 against the spread. So I can't guarantee that Pittsburgh wins outright at home against Green Bay. I do think Green Bay is the superior team, but I don't think that they're going to win this game by a lot, and the Steelers are going to end up covering it, even if the Packers win tight. So give me the Steelers as well, +3.
All right. Don't forget, everybody, too, you can check out our Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. It's free. It's fun. And you can connect with expert handicappers in whatever sport it is, NBA, NFL, even MLB. We've got the World Series going on. NHL is back up and around now. So there's live betting, there's picks, there's help, there's community. It's all of those things. So again, bettingpros.com/chat. Join our Discord family today. That brings us to the last of our bets of the week here, Terrell. Let's talk about those Washington Commanders. Huge number here going against the Kansas City Chiefs. You're getting 11.5 in some spots, 12.5 in others. And Marcus Mariota, you're also going to get under center for this game. So how does that affect the spread?
Well, they boosted this way too much. I think the early look ahead was like 4.5, maybe 5.5, something like that. But 12.5 points for the Kansas City Chiefs? My Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes? Oh, no. No. That's not what we do here. Now, let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, this is a close your eyes special. The Commanders did underperform the spread by 21 or more points last week, and they are now catching points this week. It is 4-2 on the season, ATS, and I'm 100% taking them here. Too many points for Patrick Mahomes. And who do they have on deck? The Buffalo Bills. Let's go back in time and look at what the look ahead has been for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. 2024, they had a narrow win over the Denver Broncos as 7.5-point favorites, 16-14. 2023, it's crazy how we do this every single year, but we do this every single year. 2023 lost as 5.5-point favorites to the Green Bay Packers the week before the Bills game. 2022, they won as 1-point favorites. They won by 1 as 7.5-point favorites against the Raiders. You'd have to go back all the way to 2021. Crazy, we've done this every single year, NFL. 2021 is when they beat the Eagles by 12 as 7.5-point favorites. But other than that, 3 straight years, they have underperformed the spread the week before the Bills game. I think that they are game planning for the Bills. I think that they see Marcus Mariota there, who, by the way, in his last 14 games as a starter, Marcus Mariota has actually not covered this line in only 2 games. Well, no, 1 game, because he filled in for James Daniels that last week. But against the Cincinnati Bengals, 35-17, every other game than that, Marcus Mariota has either kept it close or he's won outright. So, yes, give me the Commanders. Yet again, another backup quarterback has made my card for the week, fellas.
There you go.
Got it with Jacoby Brissett last week. I'm taking Marcus Mariota this week.
Yeah, well, I made money with you on Brissett last week covering that number. And I
also tailed that one as well.
Yeah, you got to. You got well, when I heard the Green Bay Packers were sitting on the tarmac for 6.5 hours, I was like, yep, let's go. Let's bet that one. And look, they should have won that game too. Let's be honest there. And look, hopefully for the Commanders, you're getting McLaurin and Debo both playing in this game. Theoretically, we'll see what the practice reports say today, but follow that one closely too, because that could have a positive impact. Mariota's not special, but more help, the better, certainly for him. All right, that brings us to our Hard Rock Best Bets of the Week segment. And of course, the sponsor of our show is Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Sports Bet app today. And Andrew Erickson, let's start with you and your favorite bet of the week. And it has to do with the Bucs catching 4 points here, -4. Your thoughts on what Tampa can do after a tough loss against the Detroit Lions on Monday night?
Yeah, Buccaneers -4 is my Hard Rock bet of the week, because whenever there's any doubt, Baker Mayfield no longer going to win MVP, crapped all over himself against the Detroit Lions and all their backup secondary pieces that all played like Deion Sanders. This is the time you then buy the dip on Baker Mayfield. He is going on the road to play the New Orleans Saints. And although the Buccaneers are favorites, I don't think it's by enough, because when you look at the Buccaneers and how well they usually play on the road, they've covered the spread in 7 of the Buccaneers' last 9 road games. They've also covered the spread 6 times following a loss. 12-4 against the spread after a loss, 75%. 10 of the last 11 games covered after a loss. So you want to bet on Baker Mayfield when there's doubt. There's doubt after they laid an egg against the Lions, coming off a loss, playing on the road, and Baker Mayfield hates the Saints. Right? This is like one of the divisional opponents that he just absolutely hates. It's always very chippy between these two teams, although we won't get to see the Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore matchup anymore, as fun as that was. we're going to see a lot of fireworks here, I think, from Baker Mayfield and this Bucs team. So give me the Bucs against Spencer Rattler, who is 2-10 against the spread as an underdog, and he has one of the worst records as a career starting quarterback at 1-12. The Saints are overrated at home. Back the Bucs on the road.
All right, Terrell Furman Jr., your favorite bet of the week has to do with a special holiday in the NFL, Tight End Day. So walk us through.
Yes, it is National Tight End Day, and I, for certain, am not trying to miss out. So I will be getting in on all the action. Give me Dalton Kincaid at plus 210 over there on Hard Rock Bet to get into the end zone on National Tight End Day. Ultimately, we love points in this Carolina Panthers game going on in Carolina. They are the worst team in terms of DVOA to the tight end position. They give it up to the tight end all the time. And I think that's going to be one thing consistent where Josh Allen is going to be looking in this day. He's going to be looking for Dalton Kincaid and trying to find him near the red zone. I think he'll have plenty of opportunities to do that, even with the Panthers defense. So I like Dalton Kincaid, plus 210, getting the end zone on National Tight End Day.
My best bet of the week is an easy one. The Dolphins have given up 1,115 yards on the ground. No other team has given up 1,000. The next closest is the Cowboys at 989. And the Miami Dolphins get Bijan Robinson this week. So give me the over on Bijan's 88.5. I know it's a big number. I don't care. And if you add in that anytime touchdown as well for Bijan, which seems inevitable against the Miami Dolphins, you can get this number up to plus 135. So a little duo pairing. And of course, we want you to place your bets over at Hard Rock Bet because week 8 is kicking off with Vikings Chargers. You can check out Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub where you can find out amazing stats there. And you can bet these streaks like Minnesota's lost 5 in a row as underdogs following a loss. Justin Herbert is thrown for 260 plus yards against NFC North opponents. I've already bet the over on that number, which is 257.5. So again, Hard Rock Bet, it's not too late. Place your $5 bet. If it hits, you get 150 in bonus bets, plus you get your payout as well. And of course, there's bonus bets. There's parlay boosts as well for tonight's Thursday night football game. So download the Hard Rock Bet app today for promos every day and guaranteed rewards every single week, only at Hard Rock Bet. That brings us to our upset special in the week. And last week, I told you the number was just flat out wrong for Indy, and Indy smashed. This one was over in the first half, basically. So I'm going to go against my good pal Terrell Furman Jr., and I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers plus 1.5 here for the upset special here. And I think the 49ers can win this game outright. Houston Texans defense is for real. They're great. I just have real concerns right now about their ability to score points. So I think a good showing by that defense against the Falcons on Monday night. Terrell made some good points too. Mac Jones not looking quite as sharp as he was, but again, another week healthier of George Kittle, I think, goes a long way too. Christian McCaffrey, the best player on this field, and I'm just going to put the money on the best player there, which brings us to the Joey P same game, actually not same game, just parlay of the week. That's what we're doing here. So give me the 49ers with the points there. Bijan, my other favorite bet of the week, going over the 88.5, and give me those Colts once again. This time the team total over 30.5 points. They're going to smash the Tennessee Titans. They have so many problems there. You put those three things together, you get plus 556. So there you have it, everybody. Subscribe to the Betting Pros channel and drop something in the comments too. Let us know what you are looking for. What's your upset special of the week with all these bye weeks? What are you betting on? We want to know from you. And also, don't forget to download the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app today. Bet your $5, get 150 in bonus bets. And of course, most importantly, download the Betting Pros app too, so you can track all your bets, sync all your sports books for free, and get the best lines every time with the Betting Pros app. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For Andrew Erickson and Terrell Furman Jr., I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.